What's good, crypto? I'm your host, Marvin, here to bring you the daily scoop on what's going on in crypto. After an amazing run-up of going up to about $53,000 last night, we got just close, so close. We're at like 52.8. We see a bit of rejection just due to selling pressure due to today's news. Today's the day that El Salvador announces Bitcoin as legal tender, so that's insanely exciting. So we're going to talk about the Bitcoin price action and also my updated price prediction for Solana. It is the hot girl. Solana is just on fire. Everybody's talking about Solana. Everybody wants to take her on the date. Like, Solana is the new hot shit right now. So we're going to talk about my updated price prediction for Solana because I think everybody is updating their price predictions to Solana. And why is Solana so on fire right now? There's a lot of good reasons for it to be where it's at, and I think everyone is on the same page that Solana has a long way to go. So if you feel like you missed the boat, we're going to talk about that and make sure to, manage your risk, manage your expectations, and kind of have an idea of where a lot of us are thinking about where it's heading, where my thoughts and predictions are going. So we're going to cover that in today's video. So make sure to follow the podcast, all that good stuff, and subscribe, comment, all that good stuff on the YouTubes. But remember that Monday through Friday, we come here to educate ourselves when it comes to investing in crypto to make life-changing wealth. So if you're into that, make sure to follow us along, comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Media by Marvin. All that good stuff. I'd love to connect with you guys. So just a recap, today El Salvador becomes the first nation to make Bitcoin legal tender. This is insanely exciting news. This is first step towards global adoption. We're seeing our first country ever recognize it as legal tender. And everybody, there was some tweets going around yesterday. Everyone buy $30 worth of Bitcoin just to celebrate. $30 isn't too much to ask for, but we see a little bit of selling pressure going on today. Some people are selling their Bitcoin. I'll personally take an El Salvador Bitcoin Day discount any day. So I was happy to buy $30 worth of Bitcoin at 50,800 versus 52,000. Just my 2 Satoshis. But I want to bring up this tweet on Twitter from Plan B. Funny to see all the sell the news traders handing over their Bitcoin to El Salvador and hodlers around the world. Make sure to transfer your Bitcoin out of the exchanges and into your own wallet. People are selling. They are trying to sell the news, but people, we are on such a good trend. Bitcoin is looking good, and anytime you can buy some cheap Bitcoin, go for it. I mean, Bitcoin is probably gonna get 6 figures, maybe 120. I'm seeing people say on average a conservative 180. If Bitcoin hits 180, I'll be very happy. But, buying Bitcoin at 50,800 again is better than buying it at 53,000, and certainly better than buying it at 100,000. So still a good time to develop your position. Just remember that, 50,000 isn't as good as it was back all summer in the 30,000. So if you haven't bought, not a bad time to just start to accumulate just a little bit. And you know what? Just remember that if you're buying Bitcoin thinking you're going to make millions in the next 6 months, just temper your expectations. Just understand that, Bitcoin may go 2 to 4x at most this bull cycle, probably 2 to 3x conservatively from here. So 100 to 150, and on a very big, if everything goes right, maybe 180 to 200, but 6 figures is definitely in the cards right now. And before we go into the charts, just taking a look at the crypto fear and greed index, we're at extreme greed. So overall, very bullish sentiment in the market. A lot of people are very, very bullish. I'm tweeting like crazy. I'm posting all these memes and all that good stuff. Replying to Will Clemente. I love this guy. He just posts such great non-biased information, which is really, really good to see. You want to follow the bears, the bulls, and everything in between, and just get a non-biased perspective. Will is very bullish, but I like that when he presents data, it's just one of those here it is, take it for what it is, you make it for what you want. I love the supply shock. We could see that now we're getting to a point that we saw this illiquid supply shock. So illiquid supply RSI just shows how little bit of Bitcoin is left in exchanges to buy, like at Coinbase or Bitcoin, Binance. There is less and less Bitcoin out there to buy. There's so much that has been lost, and so many people that have, passed away, and, their Bitcoin is not retrievable ever again. And the last time we saw the supply shock that we're experiencing now, back on July 21st, where we saw the major run-up, is exactly what we expected, or what we saw, back in November before the major run-up, up to $65,000. And we can see in years prior, before a major run, we see the supply shock go over this purple box. And I think we're in for a really, really good treat. So I think we're going to see a really good run, maybe to 100,000 and beyond. And make sure to have an exit strategy. Make sure that you take some profits along the way. A lot of people are thinking that if you take profits, you're against Bitcoin, but the way you stack more sats is by taking profit, wait for a dip, and buy back even more Bitcoin. So have a plan, and all of that good stuff, and I can make a separate video if that's something that you guys would like to hear about taking profits. I'm happy to make a video for that. Leave a comment down in the comment section below if you're interested. But let's talk about Bitcoin. That's what you guys are interested for. Let's talk about what we need to see and just what's going on. So we can see on the trading on the daily, we have a little bit of selling going on. Last night we topped out. We waked up to $52,800, closing in at $52,700. So really, really good daily close. And we see this big red candle, and we wicked down to 50,500 about. And right now we're hanging out at 50,100, more or less. This is good because we had a really great run up. I mean, these last 2 days were fantastic. We had never closed over 50,000, and the first time we do is at 50,100. And then last night we closed at 52,700. So huge pumps. We had a great run up from 49,300 all the way to almost 53,000. So a little bit of a pullback is healthy. What we're seeing here is just selling pressure from people who are probably short in the market, or people who are just selling, taking some profits. And with the whole El Salvador selling or accepting Bitcoin as legal tender, people are trying to treat this as a sell of the news event, whereas this is really a first step again to global adoption. So nothing to really be concerned about. What I do want to see is Bitcoin turn this level of resistance, where you can see here we wicked up to 51,000 a couple of times, like way back in August 21st. We wicked up again, and we closed above this 49,000 area. I would love for us to see turn this $50,000 area, $50,500 and above, to confirm new support. Ideally, I would love to see 51,000, but I think anything over 50,500 is good, because that is where we wicked down to, and that's actually where our last level of resistance was previously. If you remember, back on August 21st, we wicked up to 50,500, and then we consolidated for a couple of weeks and days, and then we wicked back up to 50,800, got rejected, got knocked back down to 49, and then we broke through $50,000, and we got up to nearly $53,000. So 50,500 I would like to see as support, and continue to hold that. So if we can close today over 51,000, I think that's extremely bullish, and we'll continue to move up. Again, the day's just started. America, everyone is waking up. The stock markets are about to open shortly. So yeah, of course we're gonna see some price action. And we saw this happen. When did the sell-off take place? Just a couple hours ago, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About here around 4, 5 in the morning. So some markets you can start like trading. So I think this is just one candle. Nothing to be really concerned about. If anything, it's good to test these levels of support. And again, kind of mentioning what I said about the 50,800 in previous resistance, turning that into support. And you can kind of see that here. You can draw a diagonal like straight across, like turning this into support right across the $50,500 to $51,000 area. So I want to see that as support. I think that if we can hold this for the rest of the day, we'll be fine. Today's just a retracement day. And if you haven't bought any positions in any other altcoins, I suggest you do. Today's a good discount day. There's a lot of red in the market. except for a couple. But you can see here a lot of coins are on discount. You know, Uniswap is almost 10% down, VeChain down 7.5%, breaks my heart. Engine Coin about 6%. So and altcoins tend to lag when Bitcoin pumps. So and when Bitcoin dumps, and when I say dump, like 1%, you'll see altcoins go down 8-10%. But when Bitcoin pumps and consolidates, that's when you see all these altcoins really pump, like 20, 30, 50%. And then if we look at winners for the day, Harmony up at 15 cents. Amazing to see that. Amazing to see Harmony. This is one of my favorite projects. I have a solid bag of Harmony. I stacked as much as I could when it was down at 5 and 6, 7 cents. So I have my Harmony bags are very happy. It's a layer 2 solution on Ethereum. Very excited, and the market cap is only 1.5 billion with a lot of potential to grow. But let's talk about Solana, because we covered Bitcoin. You guys need to know where Bitcoin's gonna go and what I think it needs to do. But Solana, so right now, looking at Solana, we are at about $185, $15 away from 200. And initially, my price prediction for Solana, and I was like, okay, maybe 150 to 200. I think 250 was like, if everything goes right. We are right around the corner from $200. We are less than 10% away from $200, and we're not even at the point where Bitcoin is making all-time highs and really running. And I think that, you know, once Bitcoin starts to hit all-time highs, we're going to see some crazy euphoria and some insane price action for all altcoins. Where can Solana go from here, though? So initially, I think I said my price prediction between 150 and 200, 250 at the absolute top. I think at this point, I think it's safe to say that we could probably see Solana at least double from here, which is crazy. So I think $350 is probably very reasonable, because this is before mass media and attention is going to Solana. A lot of people still don't even know what Solana is. So I feel like there's going to be a huge storm of people just rushing into Solana, seeing it as an opportunity, seeing it that's more affordable version of Ethereum. And why do I think it's worth that much? Well, first off, not going to knock on Cardano, because I love Cardano. I hope that it's going to be a very promising project, and we're going to see that with smart contracts coming up soon. But Solana is a little bit over half of what Cardano is worth at $84 billion. If Solana were to just double, it would put it as number 3 right behind Ethereum, and that would automatically increase in its market cap by twofold from here, put it at about $100 billion of market cap above Cardano, would put one Solana at the price of $170 from here. So I do think that Solana has a lot of room to grow. I think $350 Solana is actually kind of reasonable. I think it's very possible that we see a minimum of 350. If Bitcoin can triple from here, Solana could easily double. And double is I think a lot of people are going to say that 350 is very reasonable and probably on the more conservative end. Could Solana hit $500 or $600? Anything's possible, I think. I'm seeing people calling for $1,000 Solana, which would be absolutely insane. I would be so happy if that happened. But I think that a $350 Solana, $350 Solana minimum is very reasonable from here. If the bull market continues to move in the direction that I think it's going to go, if we start seeing Bitcoin climb to 55,000, and once we start seeing Bitcoin crack at $60,000, I think that's where we're going to see, I mean, we're already starting to see retail buy-in, but we're going to see a whole wave of media attention gravitating towards Bitcoin, because the search volume for Bitcoin is pretty low right now. It's pretty low. Not a lot of people are buying Bitcoin right now. I mean, a good amount of people are, but the attention that it was getting back earlier this year is not nearly to the extent of what it is now. And I think the way that Bitcoin will start to get that attention again is once it breaks all-time highs, or once it starts to get closer to that. That's where all the attention, all the news outlets that were spreading fun about Bitcoin going down to 10, 20K, that's where the narrative starts to change and people start to say, oh, they were wrong. Bitcoin is still on the run and I can still make profit off this. So I think there's going to be a lot of attention coming back to the market very, very soon, especially once Bitcoin starts to get closer to the $60,000 mark. And I think that's going to have a huge effect on the rest of the market. But let me know in the comments down below what you think. What do you think is a reasonable price target for Solana? I think $350 is very attainable for Solana. From here, I think it's very attainable. It's a completed version of Cardano. The ecosystem is vast. There are developers on it. It has funding from FTX and so many institutions buying into Solana, and the ecosystem and the NFT place is huge. It has all these other versions of what you would find on Ethereum with like CryptoPunks and the Degen Ape Yacht Club, or Degen Ape Academy, which is like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, Soul Punks, Soul Llamas, Soul Bears. There's just so much on here, and it's continuing to break. See the Soul Punks, Soul Animals. There's a lot going on for Solana. It's a completed version of Cardano. That's exactly what it is, and it's not nearly as high in terms of market cap as Cardano. So something to keep in mind. I think Solana has a lot of room to run. I think 350 minimum, and I think my high end is probably 500, 600. And if I'm proven wrong, if Solana goes to 1,000, I'll be very, very happy. Let me know in the comments below what you think Solana is going to hit. But that's all for today's video. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably talk about another coin. I think I might cover Harmony. That's one of my favorite projects, and it is ripping right now, just about 15 cents. Just a couple of months ago, let's take a look. Yep, if you bought down here, you're probably very happy. Just a little bit under 6 cents. Now at 15 cents, almost a 300% X from there, to 250% X actually. So crazy stuff. A lot of good stuff happening in the market. Keep your eyes peeled, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.